All right, so go ahead and make these columns wider. We're going to label column A the independent. We're going to label column B the dependent. All right, and just so we're clear, we're just going to put an X here so we know that's the X variable, and a Y here. So with my data set, it's the, hey guys, I'll be blasting up the pendulum data set that we did together today. So we have length, and that was measured in millimeters. And so don't copy me right now. Put your own variables in here, all right, for your own data set. And time, not time, period, in seconds. All right, so what you should do next is highlight from the column name for the data, go across and highlight both columns, and you'll go to insert. Everybody should be looking at the screen now. I'll tell you in a sec. Yeah. So highlight both your columns, go to your insert menu, and we'll be doing a scatter plot. And please choose the scatter plot that has no lines on it. There we go. So just keep paying attention. I'll do a little bit more here. So click on your graph. You know you'll be clicked on your graph if you can move it around. Guys, I don't want to talk over voices, please. I'll come around and answer questions after the demonstration. I cannot talk over voices, please. So click on your graph, go to layout, and this is where you can see you have chart title and axis titles. So we want to go into chart title, give your chart a graph, give your graph a title, and then give your axes a title as well. So you want a title for your horizontal x-axis and your vertical y-axis. And then you could go in, and after you do that, clean up your graph. For example, you can delete this legend. We don't need that. And I'll go ahead and start putting some titles on here. So the title, in my case, will be period versus length. All right, and it's a good idea to always throw on some units. So if you're cool with that, go ahead and start making your graph readable. There we go. There's a finished graph. So I will click on my graph, go to design, and go to the stats icon here. All right, and that put. Did you see what happened there? That put a line to the graph. All right. So this is really important. Take a look at this menu that's going to pop up. I'm going to double click on the line, and we've got trend line options. Now this is the key for your report. Now watch this. This is really convenient. I can go through and just check how each of the lines fit my data. In this case with the pendulum, the straight line looks like it's a pretty good fit, but what's going to happen here is we're going to skip logarithmic. You're going to cover that with Mr. Wibley in maths this year. So skip logarithmic, polynomial, and we're just going to work with order 2. And that just means x to the power 2 in this case. All right. So as you can tell, between linear and polynomial, my data set is definitely preferring polynomial. All right. It just fits much nicer. All right. So I've got a trend line included. go ahead and add a trend line. So just take a look. So right here, I'll go x squared. All right. So I have to put a formula in here. I'll start by putting the equal sign, and then I will go. I'll hit that cell and say that I want to square that, and hit enter. All right. Now what I can do is copy and highlight the next 13 squares and paste. All right, did that work out? What's going on here? All right, so now I have a column of x squared values. And I can copy my y's, bring it down here, and now I can make another chart just to see if that has straightened out for me. So I will insert a new chart, and what do you guys think? Has that straightened out? It's still looking a little bit curvy, yeah? All right, so do you guys remember that there's 4 different ways to manipulate the x variable that we're looking at this time? All right, there was square root as well. So that's SQRT. I'll go up to this cell here. Oops, that didn't work out. Square root of this cell, close the bracket, enter. All right, so I'll just label this. This is square root of x. Copy this and paste. Copy my y data and paste. All right, so we got x squared, we've got square root, and we also have the inverse. So we've got 1 over x that we need to check. All right, this is all from your homework. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? Yeah? So just go here. So we'll say this equals 1 divided by, and I'll go to my original data set, hit the first number. All right, so that's the inverse right there. Copy, paste. So you're going to want to go through and check all of these. So we've got the inverse of x squared and the inverse of square root coming as well. So we'll say 1 over x squared. That's going to equal... Hey guys, are you chatting because this is too easy? All right, guys, be quiet. So I'm doing the inverse 1 over my x squared here, and that's going into this cell down here. There it is. That's the inverse. Copy and paste. So I'm just generating the rest of the data, checking all the possibilities for finding that linear trend. So we'll do the last one, 1 over the square root of x. And
are these required to
you're only going to use one of these in your report, but you may have to check through all of them to see which one's going to give you a straight line. If you look at your homework about the graphs and look at the graph you generated today, you should know right away which relationship you're going to switch the x variable to get your straight line. I'm just showing guys everybody how to actually get that straight line, how to manipulate the x variable. All right, so this is 1 over the square root. That's right here. And we are sweet. I'll copy and paste. All right, so go ahead and start generating which. Yep. You having a problem? Yeah. All right. So I'll just try and find the straight line here, and then I'll get over to you guys, Liz. So go ahead and start generating your other your manipulated x columns. I'm just doing them all so you can see them all. All right. So how do you repeat it? Just copy the first one and then press shift and go down the columns and paste. Do you want me to do it? Yeah, just watch on the board here. So what you're saying, Isabella, is that you got this first one? Yeah? All right, so I'll just delete all these. So all I did was Control-C, copy, shift, arrow down, paste. That's all there is to it. All right? So I will go ahead and make a scatter plot for all of these. All right, what do you guys reckon? Is that what I'm looking for? That doesn't look good. No, so I know it's not the inverse square of x. Let's check this one. Insert scatter plot. All right, that doesn't look like a line either, so I know I'm not looking at an inverse of the square. Let's check this one. Insert scatter plot. All right, that's not looking too straight either. So, might be the square root. Let's check this one out. Scatter. Oh, look, there's a nice straight line. There's a nice straight line. That's what I'm looking for. So once you find that straight line, you're going to want to add a trend line to it, please. All right. And this second graph that gives you the straight line, you're going to want to adjust the layout, give it a chart title, an axis title, and clean it up. I would get rid of the legend. All right. So that was that's it. Just going to pause.